Hey, my dear colleagues in the public service, you might be wondering, what does the Office of the Administrator-General and Public Trustee does? We do a lot of things. The main function is to administer and manage the estates of those that died either intestate or testate, that is, whether the person makes a will or they do not make a will. Now, zeroing in on the one that is actually paramount to us in the public service, that is the death benefit. Most people might be thinking, oh, why am I talking about death right now? Like the myth, most people, we don't like talking about it. We don't even want to touch it. We don't want to make our will and things like that. But then it is something that is very, very important and germane that we have to do. Why? Because so that we tidy up before we leave. We don't know when we are going to leave this mother earth. So we need to tidy up so that our families and loved ones that we leave behind, we will not leave them in a limbo. Our estate will not be a cause of dispute amongst our families and loved ones. So that is why it is very, very important that we make a will. And of course, the issue of death benefit is very, very paramount. Why the death benefit and what death benefit is all about? Death benefit is the lump sum paid by the employer at the demise of an employee, i.e. in this case now, Lagos State government paid a lump sum after demise to the family and loved ones. So, and there are processes of how the next of kin and beneficiaries to your estate needs to go through in order to access those benefits on time. Most of the time when my office, and that's why I'm bringing this to the table, when we are trying to process this death benefit, we find out that it takes a long time than the usual time. And then, most of the time, even the beneficiaries, they are in distress. Because why? They cannot find one document or the other. So my topic is to at least assist you to know the documents that you have to have in the file, so that at your demise, we are all going to live long, the family can easily have access to those documents, and then they can quickly access the death benefits. Upon the death of the deceased person, the family are supposed to inform the employer, that is the Lagos State government, through the MDA, whether it is a ministry or parastatal or an agency, as the case may be, to quickly inform that particular office where the person had worked about the demise of the deceased person. Also notify the pension funds administrators of the demise of the employee or retiree, as the case may be. Who can they pay this death benefit to? Can be paid to the beneficiaries of the deceased person who died in active service, or who is still on the payroll of the employer when the person actually dies. Who are the people that can actually access the death benefit? The next of kin, and also the beneficiaries or representative of the estate of the deceased person. And before they can access the death benefits, like I said, they have to inform the employer, the particular ministry or the MDA, who will now write to the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Finance to inform them that XYZ has died, and therefore the death benefit has to be prepared. Documents that are to be attached to the application. The first one is either the death certificate or the burial certificate, payslip of the last 3 months before the demise of the deceased person. Number 3 will be the appointment letter and the confirmation letter. Then the last promotion letter, the death claim forms of the person actually showing that this person has actually died. So all these documents, when you have them with your application, is forwarded to the ministry or MDA where the deceased person worked last, and then a letter will be written from that MDA to the ministry, to the permanent secretary, Ministry of Finance, for processing. All the documents and application have been forwarded to the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Finance. They'll process the money, and then it will be paid into the account of the Office of the Administrator-General and Public Trustee, with a letter telling us that the XYZ amount have been paid on behalf of the deceased person. The list of beneficiaries and next of kin will also be forwarded to my office. And of course, we will now get in touch with the next of kin and the beneficiaries or representatives, as the case may be, to tell them to come with their identification documents and a letter from the Ministry of Finance to actually stipulating that they are actually the beneficiaries. And of course, this office will now pay the lump sum to the beneficiaries, and it will be shared among the beneficiaries as the case may be. So the reason why I'm bringing this to the forum is because most of the time it takes a long time for the beneficiaries to actually access the death benefits, because why? For one reason or the other, they cannot locate a particular document. So that is why it is important for us as public service to have a file where we have all these documents already in a file. And of course, what the family needs to now add will be the death certificate at the end of the day. The Nigerian conception about who a next of kin is erroneous, in the sense that it is not only the next of kin that can benefit from the estate. The next of kin can be a beneficiary, and the next of kin might not be a beneficiary. So on that note, I would just say we will all live long, but let us put our house in order before our demise, because nobody knows when he or she is going to leave Mother Earth. Thank you.